Hey there, music lovers. Ever wondered what really happened to Beenie Man? From his rise as Jamaica's dancehall king to facing controversies and navigating career highs and lows, Beenie Man's journey is as dynamic as his beats. Stick around as we unpack the life and legacy of this iconic artist, The Roots. Born Anthony Moses Davis on August 22, 1973, in Kingston, Jamaica, Beenie Man's story starts in a neighborhood alive with music. Kingston is not just the capital of Jamaica, it's the heartbeat of reggae and dancehall culture, and Beenie Man was surrounded by that energy from day one. Growing up in Waterhouse, a community famous for producing some of Jamaica's top musical talent, he quickly absorbed the rhythms, chants, and lively energy that would later define his music. His environment practically whispered "Dancehall King" into his ears. Music ran in his family. Beenie Man's uncle, Sidney Knowles, was a drummer for Jimmy Cliff, which gave young Moses early exposure to professional music settings. Watching live performances and hearing rhythms in the house, he got a first-hand view of how a career in music could look, and he loved every beat of it. By the age of 5, he was already toasting, basically rapping over music tracks. This was a talent that would eventually become his signature style. You can imagine a 5-year-old spitting bars and charming everyone around. That's Beenie Man's energy from the start. His first major public recognition came in 1981 when he won the Tasty Teen Talent Contest. Think of it like winning the Jamaican equivalent of America's Got Talent before it even existed. This was no small achievement. It was a launchpad for a career that would span decades. Winning this contest gave him confidence and visibility, signaling to the music world that this kid from Kingston was someone to watch. From that moment on, his life became about music, performing, and growing his craft. In addition to competitions, young Moses Davis immersed himself in the local sound systems. Sound systems in Jamaica are more than speakers. They are social hubs where DJs and MCs battle, perform, and showcase new music. Beenie Man learned how to read crowds, engage listeners, and keep people dancing. These early experiences were formative. They taught him how to connect with audiences, an essential skill that would help him dominate stages worldwide later in his career. His influences weren't just family or competitions, they were the legends surrounding him. Artists like Shabba Ranks, Supercat, and Yellow Man left marks on the young Beenie Man, inspiring him to find his own style. He blended the traditional reggae melodies with the more aggressive, fast-paced energy of dancehall, a combination that would become his signature. Even as a child, he had the knack for mixing humor, rhythm, and storytelling in his lyrics, a style that would later become one of his trademarks. School was a different story. Beenie Man often focused more on music than academics. While this could have been risky, his natural talent, determination, and support from family helped him navigate those years. Every performance, every contest, every local show became a building block. By his early teens, he was recording singles, performing at bigger venues, and carving out a name in Jamaica's vibrant dancehall scene. These early years weren't without challenges. Growing up in a working-class neighborhood meant navigating limited resources and societal pressures. Yet, music offered a way out, a platform to express himself and eventually reach international stages. This foundation of perseverance, talent, and exposure to authentic Jamaican music culture set the stage for everything that followed. In short, the kid from Waterhouse was on a trajectory that would soon see him crowned the king of dancehall. Getting into dancehall. The early 1990s were a turning point for Beenie Man. While he had already shown flashes of brilliance as a child, this period marked the start of his rise as a true dancehall superstar. By now, he was no longer just a prodigy performing at local contests. He was a young adult ready to claim his spot in Jamaica's highly competitive music scene. His first significant breakthrough came with the release of his debut album, The Invincible Beenie Man, in 1993. This album included the single Who Am I, Sim Simma, a track that would not only dominate dance halls in Jamaica, but also gain international recognition. The song's catchy hook, playful lyrics, and Beenie Man's unique vocal style made it an instant hit. People everywhere were singing along to Sim Simma, who got the keys to my bimmer, whether they knew a BMW owner or not. It was infectious and proved that Beenie Man had tapped into something bigger than Jamaica alone. Collaborations played a huge role in his early success. Partnering with top producers and fellow artists helped him refine his sound and reach new audiences. He worked with King Jammy, a legendary producer in dancehall circles, and their partnership yielded some of Beenie Man's most memorable early hits. These collaborations were crucial because they not only amplified his talent, but also gave him access to wider networks in the music industry. Awards and recognition soon followed. By the mid-1990s, Beenie Man was a household name in Jamaica. His ability to perform live, keep crowds energized, and bring charisma to every stage set him apart from his peers. It wasn't just the music that made him a star, it was the total package: confidence, stage presence, and that signature laugh that would occasionally punctuate his tracks. He could have been the poster child for dancehall is fun, but also serious business. What made Beenie Man's breakthrough even more impressive was his ability to adapt. Dancehall was, and still is, a fast-evolving genre. Trends change quickly, and what's popular one month can be forgotten the next. Beenie Man had a keen sense of timing, recognizing which rhythms and lyrical styles would resonate with fans. He also experimented with blending traditional reggae melodies with the faster, more percussive beats of dancehall, creating a signature sound that was both familiar and fresh. During this period, Beenie Man also started gaining attention outside Jamaica. Songs like Girls Dem Sugar, featuring American R&B singer Maya, helped him cross over into international markets. It was no small feat for a dancehall artist in the 1990s to break into the US and European music scenes, where audiences were often unfamiliar with the style or the culture behind it. Yet, Beenie Man's infectious energy and the universal appeal of his music allowed him to succeed where many others struggled. It's also worth noting that Beenie Man became a cultural figure, not just a musician. He embodied dancehall culture in a way that was approachable yet authentic. His fashion choices, lyrics, and public persona all contributed to a growing brand. He was not only a voice on the track, but a symbol of what it meant to be a modern dancehall artist: dynamic, bold, and unapologetically Jamaican. By the end of this breakthrough period, Beenie Man was no longer just a rising star, he was a cornerstone of the dancehall scene. His early successes laid a foundation that would carry him through decades of international fame, controversies, and reinventions. In short, these years were the proving ground where Beenie Man transformed from a talented kid in Kingston to a performer ready to take on the world stage, going global. By the mid-1990s, Beenie Man had firmly established himself in Jamaica, but his ambitions reached far beyond the island. Dancehall was becoming a global phenomenon, and Beenie Man was perfectly positioned to ride that wave. His unique mix of reggae rhythm, rapid-fire toasting, and charismatic personality made him a standout not just in Jamaica, but on the international stage. One of the key factors in Beenie Man's global rise was his ability to collaborate with artists from outside the dancehall sphere. A notable example is his 1997 hit, Girls Dem Sugar, featuring R&B singer Maya. This track blended dancehall energy with contemporary R&B, creating a crossover appeal that resonated with listeners worldwide. Suddenly, Beenie Man wasn't just a local star. He was on the radar of mainstream audiences in the US, the UK, and beyond. It was a smart move. Collaborations like these helped introduce dancehall to audiences who may have otherwise ignored it, expanding the genre's reach and cementing Beenie Man as one of its key ambassadors. Tours and international performances further fueled his global reputation. Beenie Man performed at major music festivals, concerts, and award shows, bringing high-energy dancehall to fans across continents. His stage presence was magnetic. He could energize a crowd of thousands, making each person feel like part of the performance. Fans didn't just come for the music, they came to experience Beenie Man in full force. And let's be honest, few artists can move a crowd like he can, all while throwing in that playful banter and infectious smile that became his signature. His crossover success wasn't limited to collaborations. Solo hits like Who Am I, Sim Simma, and King of the Dancehall became staples on international radio stations and in clubs. These tracks were catchy, fun, and impossible to ignore. They helped solidify his image as a global dancehall ambassador, a title that required not just talent, but consistency and a keen sense of what audiences wanted. International recognition also came in the form of awards and accolades. Beenie Man received multiple MOBO awards, Music of Black Origin, in the UK, as well as nominations and recognition in the US. These achievements were significant because they represented validation from audiences outside of Jamaica. It wasn't just about popularity at home anymore. He was now a cultural bridge, introducing Jamaican music to the world. It's worth noting that his global success also helped popularize dancehall in ways that went beyond music. Fashion, dance moves, and cultural trends tied to dancehall started appearing in mainstream media, partly thanks to Beenie Man's influence. Artists in the US, Europe, and other regions began to emulate his style, sample his beats, and collaborate with him. Essentially, Beenie Man became a trendsetter, shaping the global perception of what dancehall could be. Even with the pressures of international fame, Beenie Man remained authentic. He never abandoned his roots, regularly returning to Jamaica and maintaining strong ties to the local music scene. This balance of global reach and local credibility is rare, and it's part of what has kept him relevant for decades. By the late 1990s and early 2000s, Beenie Man had truly become a household name around the world. His music crossed borders, languages, and cultures, making him a pioneer in bringing Jamaican dancehall to global audiences. He showed that a young man from Kingston could not only compete, but thrive on the international stage, all while staying true to the music and culture that shaped him. Controversies and Backlash. Fame has a way of shining a spotlight on not just your hits, but your missteps, and Beenie Man's career is no exception. While he was dominating charts and international stages, his lyrics occasionally sparked intense controversy. Dancehall, as a genre, has a long tradition of provocative and socially charged lyrics, but some of Beenie Man's songs drew criticism for content that many considered homophobic. In the early 2000s, this became a flashpoint, with organizations, activists, and even governments calling attention to what they called murder music. The backlash wasn't just online chatter. It had real consequences. Concerts were canceled, some countries issued performance bans, and media outlets openly debated the responsibility of artists in shaping public opinion through music. One of the most well-known incidents involved the European music scene. Countries like the United Kingdom and parts of Europe banned certain performances or festivals featuring Beenie Man, citing his lyrics as problematic. These measures didn't just affect ticket sales, they affected his reputation internationally. Fans and critics alike had to reconcile his undeniable talent with the controversial content in some of his songs. While he had always been unapologetically expressive, this period tested how far artistic freedom could go before it clashed with social responsibility. In addition to international criticism, Beenie Man faced scrutiny at home. Jamaican media and the public debated the impact of such lyrics on local communities, especially given that dancehall often has significant influence on youth culture. For a genre built on self-expression, storytelling, and addressing real-life struggles, the conversation was complicated. How do you balance creative expression with the potential harm your words could cause? For Beenie Man, this question became a part of his public life and career narrative. The controversy reached a turning point in 2012 when Beenie Man publicly addressed the issue. He apologized for past lyrics, acknowledging that some of his songs had hurt people and expressing regret for any offense caused. This apology was significant. It signaled growth, awareness, and an effort to repair relationships with critics, fans, and marginalized communities. The dancehall world had seen its share of controversy, but this moment demonstrated that even artists who have built careers on bold, confrontational lyrics can reflect and evolve. It's also important to note that the backlash wasn't entirely negative. It sparked conversations about accountability in music, the power of lyrics, and the cultural responsibilities of artists with international platforms. Beenie Man's experiences highlighted the tension between artistic expression and societal norms, a tension that continues to shape dancehall today. Some fans appreciated his willingness to acknowledge the controversy and apologize, while others debated whether the apology fully addressed past issues. Either way, it became a pivotal chapter in his career, marking the beginning of a more measured approach in his public persona and music content. Despite the setbacks, Beenie Man's career continued. He didn't vanish from the music scene or retreat entirely. Instead, he used the controversy as a lesson in navigating international fame, cultural sensitivities, and personal growth. His story during this period reflects a broader truth in the music industry. Controversies are often unavoidable for artists who push boundaries, but how you respond can define your legacy. In summary, the early 2000s were a testing period for Beenie Man. While his lyrics attracted bans and criticism, he ultimately faced the challenge head-on, apologized, and continued to maintain his career. The controversies shaped both his public image and his approach to music, illustrating that even global superstars have to navigate criticism, growth, and accountability. This chapter in Beenie Man's life added complexity to his legacy, showing that success comes not just from talent, but also from learning, adapting, and facing the consequences of your actions. Career lulls and setbacks. Even the biggest stars experience periods where the spotlight dims, and Beenie Man was no exception. Despite his international fame and chart-topping hits, the mid-2000s brought challenges that tested both his resilience and his relevance in the ever-changing dancehall scene. Trends in music shifted rapidly, with younger artists emerging and experimenting with new sounds, leaving traditional dancehall artists like Beenie Man needing to adapt or risk falling behind. One of the key challenges during this period was maintaining the momentum that had carried him through the 1990s and early 2000s. Beenie Man had dominated dancehall for years, but as with any genre, audiences' tastes evolved. The rise of artists like Vybz Kartel introduced new rhythms, lyrical styles, and energy that resonated with younger fans. Beenie Man's signature style, while iconic, risked feeling dated in comparison to these fresh voices. For a star used to setting trends rather than following them, this shift was a wake-up call. Personal struggles also played a role in these career lulls. Like many public figures, Beenie Man faced legal issues and disputes that attracted media attention. These incidents sometimes overshadowed his musical output, drawing focus away from his artistry and onto controversies and challenges off stage. Managing fame, personal life, and public perception simultaneously can be exhausting, and it's a balancing act that even seasoned artists can struggle with. Another factor was the evolving international landscape. While Beenie Man had successfully crossed over into markets like the US and Europe in the late 1990s, by the mid-2000s, international interest in dancehall was fluctuating. Competing genres such as hip-hop, R&B, and pop were dominating charts, and dancehall's niche appeal required constant innovation to capture attention abroad. Beenie Man needed to find new ways to connect with audiences, and doing so amid changing musical trends presented a challenge. Despite these obstacles, Beenie Man continued to release music and perform, demonstrating a commitment to his craft. He may not have been dominating charts as consistently as before, but he remained a presence in the scene. Local performances, collaborations with other artists, and engagement with fans helped maintain his relevance. He didn't vanish, he adapted in quieter ways, keeping his name alive while waiting for the right moment to re-emerge. These quieter years also gave him space to reflect. Artists often need time away from the constant spotlight to recalibrate, explore new sounds, and consider how to evolve. For Beenie Man, this period likely offered insights into what made his music timeless and what needed reinvention. While career lulls can feel discouraging, they often set the stage for comebacks, renewed creativity, and opportunities to reconnect with audiences in fresh ways. It's important to note that even during these less publicized periods, Beenie Man's influence persisted. Younger artists still look to him as a reference point, studying his style, flow, and performance techniques. His past achievements and contributions to dancehall ensured that he remained respected, even if he wasn't consistently in the global spotlight. In short, the mid-2000s were a testing period for Beenie Man. Changes in the industry, personal challenges, and shifting audience tastes combined to create a lull in his career. Yet, his persistence, dedication, and ability to adapt allowed him to navigate these setbacks. These years proved that even legends face obstacles, and how they respond defines their longevity. Beenie Man's career lulls were not the end. They were part of a larger journey that included resilience, growth, and preparation for future comebacks. Personal life. While Beenie Man's professional life has been highly publicized, his personal life has also drawn attention, offering insight into the man behind the music. Born and raised in Kingston, Jamaica, his upbringing in Waterhouse shaped not only his sound, but also his worldview. Growing up in a vibrant but challenging environment, he learned the importance of community, resilience, and staying true to his roots, lessons that would carry him through both career highs and personal challenges. In 2006, Beenie Man married Michelle D'Angel Downer, a fellow artist and public figure. The marriage brought significant media attention, and the couple welcomed a son, Moses Davis Jr., who would later honor his grandfather and father's musical legacy. Unfortunately, the marriage faced difficulties, and the couple separated in 2007, eventually divorcing in 2011. Like many high-profile relationships, theirs unfolded under the public eye, with fans and media watching every development. These experiences underscored the challenge of balancing family life with the demands of an international music career, a juggling act that many artists can relate to. Beenie Man has always been protective of his family, even while under intense media scrutiny. His parenting style reflects a desire to provide stability and guidance, despite the pressures of fame. His son, Moses Davis Jr., has occasionally stepped into the public eye, particularly when paying tribute to family milestones, such as the passing of Beenie Man's mother, Janet Harris. Her death in 2022 marked a poignant moment for the artist, reminding fans that behind the entertainer is a human being experiencing grief, love, and familial bonds just like anyone else. Moses Jr. honored his grandmother's memory through a heartfelt song, illustrating how music and family are deeply intertwined in Beenie Man's life. Romantic relationships aside, Beenie Man's personal life also reflects his connections to his community. Despite his international fame, he regularly returns to Jamaica, staying engaged with local culture, collaborating with upcoming artists, and participating in charitable events. He remains a figure that younger musicians and fans respect not only for his musical talent, but also for his commitment to his roots. In interviews, he often emphasizes the importance of family and community, showing that his values extend beyond the stage. Beenie Man's experiences have also influenced his music. Themes of love, relationships, and personal struggles appear throughout his discography. He often uses his songs to tell stories, reflect on personal lessons, or celebrate joyous moments. Whether it's a playful track about romance or a more introspective song, his lyrics frequently draw from real-life experiences, connecting him with audiences who see reflections of their own lives in his work. Even as a global superstar, Beenie Man has navigated the pressures of fame with a sense of humor and resilience. He has spoken about the importance of staying grounded, balancing career demands with family responsibilities, and maintaining a sense of personal identity despite public scrutiny. These qualities have helped him endure decades in the music industry while remaining relevant and respected. In summary, Beenie Man's personal life paints a picture of a man who is more than his public persona. While he has faced challenges in relationships, family, and personal loss, he has also demonstrated resilience, love for his community, and dedication to his craft. These experiences not only humanize him, but also enrich his music, providing depth and authenticity that resonate with fans around the world. In many ways, understanding Beenie Man's personal life helps explain the passion, emotion, and authenticity behind the songs that made him a legend in dancehall, comebacks, and reinvention. Every artist faces moments where the spotlight fades, but for Beenie Man, these periods became opportunities to reinvent himself. After the mid-2000s lull and the controversies that had followed, he knew that staying relevant required both creativity and adaptability. Dancehall was evolving, with younger artists like Vybz Kartel and Sean Paul dominating charts and bringing new sounds to the genre. For Beenie Man, maintaining his position meant respecting his roots while embracing innovation, a balance that would define this era of his career. One of his key strategies was collaboration. Beenie Man worked with emerging artists and producers who were shaping contemporary dancehall and reggae fusion. Songs like Original Dancehall Ting with QQ demonstrated his willingness to experiment with newer sounds while retaining his signature style. He showed that he could merge the traditional rhythms of classic dancehall with fresh, modern beats that appealed to younger audiences. This wasn't just about keeping up, it was about evolving, without losing the authenticity that had made him a legend in the first place. Beyond music, Beenie Man embraced the power of social media to reconnect with fans. Platforms like Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook allowed him to share updates, behind-the-scenes content, and personal reflections in a way that kept him engaged with audiences globally. By interacting directly with fans, he not only maintained loyalty among longtime followers, but also attracted new listeners who were discovering dancehall for the first time. This approach illustrated that a modern artist must be present both on and off the stage to thrive in today's music landscape. Touring also played a critical role in his reinvention. Beenie Man returned to both local and international stages, performing high-energy sets that reminded audiences why he earned the title King of Dancehall. Fans appreciated that he could still command a crowd, blend hits from different eras, and showcase his versatility. His performances often included classics like Who Am I, Sim Simma, alongside newer tracks, demonstrating that he could bridge generations while keeping the energy alive. Another milestone in his comeback journey was his return to the United States after a decade-long visa ban. This opportunity opened doors for international collaborations and performances that had been out of reach for years. For an artist with a global fan base, this was more than just a practical change. It was symbolic of his enduring relevance and ability to overcome obstacles that might have derailed less resilient performers. Beenie Man also experimented with genre-crossing collaborations, blending dancehall with R&B, hip-hop, and even pop elements. Tracks like Feel It Boy with Janet Jackson are prime examples of his ability to stay culturally versatile while staying true to dancehall. These collaborations helped him reach broader audiences and reminded the world that dancehall could thrive in mainstream markets when executed creatively. Through all of this, one thing remained constant: Beenie Man's charisma and dedication. Reinvention didn't mean abandoning the elements that defined his identity. His lyrical flow, signature laugh, and playful stage presence remained intact, showing that evolution and authenticity could coexist. He proved that a veteran artist could remain relevant without compromising the essence that fans loved. In summary, Beenie Man's comeback era highlights resilience, creativity, and adaptability. By embracing collaborations, engaging with fans, experimenting with new sounds, and returning to international stages, he revitalized his career and reaffirmed his place in dancehall history. His ability to reinvent while staying authentic serves as a blueprint for longevity in a constantly changing music industry, a reminder that true talent can endure and thrive through change. Legacy and life now. As of 2025, Beenie Man remains a defining figure in dancehall music. Decades after his rise from Kingston's Waterhouse neighborhood, he has left a lasting mark not only on Jamaica's music scene, but also on the global perception of dancehall. His influence stretches from the infectious beats that get people moving in clubs worldwide to the artists he inspired, many of whom cite him as a major influence in shaping their own sound. Beenie Man's career is a testament to longevity, versatility, and the power of staying true to one's roots while adapting to change. His legacy is not just about hit songs, it's about cultural impact. Tracks like Who Am I, Sim Simma, Girls Dem Sugar, and King of the Dancehall are more than dancehall anthems. They are part of the soundtrack for generations of fans. These songs have endured because they capture a particular energy and charisma unique to Beenie Man. His ability to blend playful lyrics, social commentary, and irresistible rhythm set him apart from his peers and solidified his title as one of dancehall's kings. Beenie Man's international influence also cannot be overstated. By collaborating with global artists, he helped bring dancehall to new audiences, from the United States to Europe to Asia. These collaborations bridge cultural gaps, introducing international listeners to Jamaican rhythms while highlighting Beenie Man's versatility. His role as an ambassador of the genre was particularly significant in the 1990s and early 2000s, when dancehall was still breaking into mainstream global markets. Today, his early efforts are recognized as key contributions to the genre's worldwide popularity. Even with decades in the industry, Beenie Man has shown remarkable resilience. He has faced controversies, personal setbacks, and periods of declining visibility. Yet he continues to release music, tour, and engage with fans. His ability to reinvent himself while honoring his roots demonstrates a level of professionalism and dedication that many artists aspire to, but few achieve. Younger dancehall performers continue to look to him for guidance, studying his flow, stage presence, and career decisions. His influence is both historical and ongoing, proving that he is not simply a figure of the past, but an active force in the genre today. In 2025, Beenie Man's return to the United States after a decade-long visa ban signaled a renewed chapter in his career. Opportunities for international performances, collaborations, and festival appearances have opened doors for him to reconnect with longtime fans while attracting a new generation of listeners. This return has reinforced his status as a global icon and highlights the enduring demand for his music. Even as trends in dancehall continue to evolve, Beenie Man's contributions remain relevant and celebrated. His legacy also includes mentoring and influencing younger artists, helping shape the next generation of dancehall talent. Through collaborations, public appearances, and guidance, he continues to contribute to the growth of the genre, ensuring that dancehall remains vibrant and dynamic. Beenie Man's journey illustrates that longevity in music isn't just about producing hits. It's about building a foundation of respect, influence, and authenticity that transcends time. In short, Beenie Man's career is a testament to talent, adaptability, and resilience. He has left an indelible mark on dancehall, global music, and the culture that surrounds it. Today, he stands as a symbol of what is possible when an artist combines raw talent with determination, reinvention, and a deep connection to their roots. His story continues to inspire both fans and fellow musicians, proving that true artistry is timeless. Beenie Man's journey from Kingston streets to global stages is a story of talent, resilience, and reinvention. Love him or debate him, his impact on dancehall is undeniable. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this deep dive into his life, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more celebrity stories.